Without wasting your time, here are 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera.
In June of 2019, paranormal YouTuber Lou Rock decided to take on a solo challenge that would put him in the middle of a place shrouded in tragedy. The location was a stretch of woods off Fox Road in Massachusetts, known locally for one deeply disturbing reason. Nearly 3 decades earlier, a teenage girl named Tammy Lynns had gone missing there. Her remains were later found in the same woods, but her case has remained unsolved ever since. The goal of Lou's visit was to spend 30 minutes alone in the area, with nothing but a flashlight, a spirit box, and a camera to document anything unexplained. But by the end of it, he'd be running from something much more real.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Lou Rock, and I'm about to do something totally crazy. I'm here on Fox Road. You can see it right here. I'm here on Fox Road, and I am going to do a 30-minute challenge by myself in these woods. It's totally crazy. Every time I've come here with people, I've been scared out of my mind. So to do this all by myself is totally crazy. I got no weapons on me, no way to defend myself other than my hands. This is pretty stupid, but we're going to do this. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Fox Road. Where her body was found. Oh, wow. Where's my little memorial thing to her? It's right here. What the heck? Dude. Oh, here it is. See, I left it standing up last time. I actually heard her ring that bell before doing a spirit box session. It was pretty crazy.
The session began with a quiet walk into the woods where Tammy's body had been discovered. Lou had previously set up a small memorial for her. Flowers, a bell, and a personal dedication. From the beginning, there was an underlying sense of unease. He began filming and attempted to make contact using his spirit box. At first, everything felt routine, typical of Lou's usual solo sessions. But not long after he turned off the lights to let the darkness fully surround him, the situation began to shift.
It's pretty crazy. Oh, whoa, the ants are all over the flower. Wonder why. Look at all those ants. It's not a real flower, guys, so it's weird that the ants are enjoying it so much. Tammy, can you ring this bell for me? I'm gonna turn off the lights, guys. Whoa, whoa! I can't believe it even lit up like that. Wow. Whoa. What the hell was that? Guys, I keep hearing something really close to me in the woods. I hear somebody, it sounds like somebody's walking around over there. What the hell is that? Oh my God, it's freaking me out, guys. I'm gonna head over to the path where, like a lot of kids, that's actually where the jogger was jogging when he found her body. So
He heard what he initially thought were small animal movements, twigs snapping, brush rustling, but they were too deliberate, too heavy to ignore. The footsteps didn't stay in one place. They moved in circles around him. Trying to hold his ground, Lou powered on his spirit box and began asking questions. The device responded almost immediately, producing names and fragments of sentences that grew louder and more aggressive with each passing minute. As the session escalated, the pressure of the environment became too much to ignore. The sounds around him weren't stopping. If anything, they were getting closer.
path, guys. It's so overgrown. Guys, this is the area that I caught one of the best catches in my whole YouTube career. I caught a shadow figure in the daytime. Like right over there is where I was hearing, it sounded like somebody else was walking in the woods right when I was looking at the little shrine that I left her. I'm gonna pull out the spirit box, so just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Guys, I go into my bag and my box was already turned on. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna sit right here. Hello? What the hell? Tammy. Guys, I keep freaking hearing something walking over there. Hello?
Lou noticed a spray-painted message on a nearby tree. Odd, out-of-place graffiti in the middle of nowhere. The tree had clearly been marked recently. As he moved in to investigate, the footsteps returned. Faster this time. He turned, scanning the woods with his flashlight, but there was no one in sight. Then, something new happened. A voice, clear and external, cut through the trees. It wasn't coming from his equipment. This wasn't EVP or static from a radio. It was someone nearby, speaking out loud in the darkness. That was the moment things turned.
Look at this tree right here. There's like writing on it. It actually says Autobots. Autobots. I'm trying to move the... Tammy, is there something about this tree that will help us find the kill? Whoa. What the hell was that? Guys, I don't know what the hell is going on. Whoa! Guys, I'm hearing stuff all around me. Tammy, can you come and talk with me, please? Guys, I'm hearing something over there in the woods. There's something over there, guys. Dude, oh my God. Guys, I'm here all by myself. I don't even know what the hell to do. Hello?
Lou realized that whatever was in the woods might not be paranormal. Someone was actually out there, lurking just beyond his flashlight's reach. He backed away slowly, trying to maintain calm, but then a loud sound rang through the air. It was a gunshot. Frozen, Lou didn't move. Then came another. He had no idea if the shots were meant to scare him, warn him, or something worse. Suddenly, the danger became tangible.
Guys, I keep hearing stuff in the freaking woods. I think my spirit box is... Oh my gosh. Hello? Tammy, say the names of the people that were with you. What the heck? Whoa! Guys, it sounded like something was running right behind me right there.
Okay.
It said I'll be okay. Are you kidding me? Guys, that doesn't look old. And that's not mine. Is there somebody out here? Guys, I am freaking out. There's somebody out here with me. I swear. I keep hearing footsteps all around me. Something just flew over to that area over there. Hello? What the was that?
While trying to escape, Lou caught a glimpse of a human figure, a silhouette that had been quietly watching. He called out, hoping to deter whoever it was, but the figure didn't answer. It moved. Closer. Panic took over. Lou rushed to collect his things, but his hands were shaking. He damaged his spirit box in the process, bending its antenna as he tried to flee. He kept the camera running, still trying to document what was happening, but the fear was written all over his face. He was no longer doing a paranormal experiment. He was trying to get out alive. As he reached the edge of the woods, things didn't calm down. A car had parked along the road, headlights off, its occupants unclear. Nearby, children's voices echoed faintly, laughing, yelling. Then, the sound of another gunshot cracked through the air.
I don't know what to do. I just heard a girl. I just heard a girl. I swear I just heard a girl, guys. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, guys. Oh, my God. This is where the freaking gunshots went off. Oh, my gosh. I gotta get down. I gotta get down. Holy crap. What the f***? Alright, we're getting the hell out of here. Holy crap. Oh my God, there's somebody behind me, guys. Yo, you better stay away from me. Behind me, guys. Yo, you better stay away from me.
Lou didn't look back. He mentioned the presence he felt in the trees, the strange voices, and what sounded like a girl crying. The spirit box had confirmed names, some connected to Tammy, but in that moment, the ghost hunting took a backseat to survival. If someone really was out there with him, stalking, firing shots, watching from the shadows, then this wasn't just a haunted place. It was a hunting ground, and Lou may have unknowingly walked straight into it.
In this video, the host, a seasoned urban explorer known for venturing into remote, spine-chilling locations, guides viewers through an unsettling journey deep within an isolated forest. The channel specializes in eerie adventures and unsolved mysteries, often delving into the world's abandoned and hidden spots. The exploration begins on a densely wooded trail, where the host describes his surroundings with wary fascination. He finds himself in a hidden section of the forest surrounded by fallen trees, rugged paths, and isolated hills, a setting that feels both secluded and vaguely threatening. In his narrative, he mentions that despite its remote nature, the forest has occasional hikers and bikers passing through, and he has encountered some of them before. Still, the solitude here is undeniable, and the trees create a natural wall, blocking any easy escape. This landscape hints at an eerie isolation, raising the stakes as he continues into uncharted territory. The tension heightens when he stumbles upon a strange sight.
Anyway, I'll cut right to the chase because I might die. Look what these f***ing are. What the f*** is going on in here? And this isn't like woods I've never been to. Like, I've been here before. I've been here a lot. I've been here so much, I've actually been to the hospital getting stitches because of some of the adventures that I've had. That's beside the point. These are all different people. And they're all just... This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all every single one. This one's from Georgia. I like this shit. Like, look where the we are.
Several laminated missing person posters tied to the trees, each weather-worn but still visible. They bear names and faces from various locations across the United States, including individuals from Utah, Florida, California, and Indiana. The host examines each poster closely, visibly disturbed by the array of seemingly unrelated cases displayed in such a hidden area. His voice reflects a growing anxiety, questioning who would place these posters in such an obscure spot. Why here? He asks himself. With each new discovery, the mood becomes more intense. He notices that each poster is fastened with unusual care, no haphazard placement here. Each missing person flyer, some dating back over a decade, tells a story, and the host speculates on why they're all displayed together, almost like a shrine to the lost. Could this be a tribute, a warning, or something else? The uncertainty looms, keeping both him and viewers on edge. Small details add to the creepy atmosphere. The posters are aged, showing signs of wear from the elements, yet they've held up remarkably well. This suggests someone has been tending to this area, maintaining these haunting memorials. A sense of unease settles over the host, amplified by his realization that he may not be as alone as he thought. As he presses on, he spots something even stranger. A makeshift lean-to or cage, crafted from sticks lashed together, giving the impression of a carefully constructed trap. Near this structure lies a small, freshly dug hole partially covered, and beside it a rusty shovel. The host's commentary reflects his rising anxiety, noting the precision required to create these eerie structures. The combination of the missing person posters and the cage-like construction intensifies the mystery, hinting at a hidden purpose behind these disturbing items. His apprehension escalates as he begins to feel he may be intruding on something he was never meant to see. The silence in the forest is deafening, broken only by his footsteps and the occasional snap of a twig. Suddenly he hears distant voices, faint but unmistakable, making his surroundings feel hostile.
3 years old, missing from Illinois, 2007. Oh shit, I heard voices. We have to get the out of here.
His voice drops to a whisper as he decides to leave, realizing he might not be alone after all. He repeatedly glances over his shoulder, half expecting to see someone emerge from the dense trees. His anxiety is palpable, and he can't shake the feeling that whoever placed these posters might still be lurking nearby, watching his every move. Though he wants to document as much as he can, he's clearly ready to leave, prioritizing his safety over further exploration. His final remarks reveal an unsettled tone, acknowledging that this hidden area in the forest holds more mysteries than answers. Footage of this video begins with a lone explorer revisiting a remote wooded area. The uploader, who runs the YouTube channel Sooner Sasquatch, narrates his unsettling experience from a week prior.
And it was about 300 yards that way. And I was trying out a replacement night vision that I got in. And I don't say it in the video, but something started walking towards me from my left, from off this way towards me. And you could hear the sticks breaking towards the end of the video, and it kind of freaked me out. I didn't say anything in the video, but just shut the camera off and put everything up and left. I wasn't far from my vehicle.
While testing a replacement night vision device, he recalls hearing the unmistakable sound of footsteps and breaking branches approaching from the forest's edge. Though nothing appeared on camera that night, the eerie experience left him shaken enough to leave the area abruptly. Now he's returned to the same spot, but this time the forest holds even more unnerving surprises. As the video unfolds, the explorer moves cautiously through the dense undergrowth, narrating the events in real time. He describes the feeling of being watched, an invisible weight pressing down on him with every step. The quiet woods are punctuated by occasional sounds, branches snapping and leaves rustling. He spots trees shaking unnaturally, though no wind is present. The motion feels deliberate, as if something, or someone, is nearby, staying just out of sight. The camera captures a black shape flickering between the trees, adding to the tension.
Right back there where those trees were kind of shaking. I thought it went back this way, but I could see the trees over here shaking. See, I'm still hearing something over here. And it's really cold. I keep seeing a black shape in there.
The uploader moves closer to investigate but remains visibly uneasy. The forest around him is unnervingly silent, amplifying the sound of his footsteps and the occasional creak of the trees. "I wasn't even planning to make a video," he explains, his voice tinged with hesitation. "I wasn't armed, and I'm by myself." As he follows what appears to be a trail of trampled foliage, he remarks on the strange movement patterns in the area. The undergrowth shows signs of something large passing through recently, though there's no sign of wildlife. His flashlight sweeps the area, highlighting eerie gaps in the forest where he suspects the movement originated. Then, the atmosphere shifts.
There's a growl. I'm gonna do a real slow pan and then I'm getting out of here. I'm freezing. Whatever it was got quiet. Right through there where I think it went. You can see right in the middle of my screen it's all open. You can see where stuff's been trampled, and I'm getting some movement back here where I'm pointing the camera right about now. I can hear it back there. I'm by myself and I'm not armed today.
He catches a faint growl emanating from deeper within the woods. The sound is low and guttural, sending chills down his spine. Despite his growing unease, he presses forward, but soon decides against venturing further. "I feel like I'm being watched," he admits, glancing nervously around him. The tension peaks when he reaches the spot where he last saw movement. The camera pans slowly across the trees, revealing an eerie silence that feels heavier than before. Whatever had been moving is now completely still, as if it's waiting for him to leave. Ultimately, the cold and fear get the better of him. "I'm freezing and I've had enough," he says before retreating to safety. The video ends with his hurried departure, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. What was causing the movement? Was it an animal, a person, or something less easily explained? Just when you think the eerie forest encounter was chilling enough, the next story takes us into the heart of a mysterious... This footage follows Nick Foster as he takes a casual walk in the woods with his dog, Poppy. During the outing, Nick films the serene environment, capturing the natural beauty of the area and commenting on the wildlife, such as squirrels darting through the trees. It appears to be a normal, peaceful walk, but the footage soon reveals something far more unsettling. As Nick continues walking and filming, Poppy eagerly follows, exploring the surroundings. At one point, Nick directs his dog to another path. Moments later, the camera inadvertently captures a pale, ghostly figure moving between the trees in the background.
Come here. Come on. This way.
The figure is partially obscured by the dense woods, but its movement and appearance stand out against the natural backdrop. Nick, unaware of the figure at the time, continues his walk without reacting, as if nothing unusual has occurred. It is only later, upon reviewing the footage, that he notices the eerie presence in the background. The pale figure appears human-like, with distinct features that lead Nick to speculate it resembles a soldier. He describes the figure as wearing a helmet and a trench coat, suggesting it could be the ghost of a soldier wandering the woods. Nick emphasizes that he and Poppy were alone during the walk, and that there were no other people in the area at the time of filming. This realization adds a layer of mystery and unease to the encounter. Viewers of the video also weigh in, with many agreeing that the figure resembles a soldier, possibly from a bygone era. The pale complexion, helmet, and coat-like silhouette further fuel speculation that the figure could be the spirit of a soldier lost in time. The sighting raises questions about the history of the location. Some viewers wonder if the woods might have been the site of military activity or battles, potentially linking the ghostly figure to a soldier who met their end in the area. Others suggest the figure could be a residual haunting, a type of paranormal phenomenon where a spirit or energy is believed to repeat actions tied to a specific location without awareness of the living. While Nick remains open to interpretations, he is clearly struck by the uncanny nature of the figure and how it seemed out of place in the otherwise tranquil setting. Poppy's calm demeanor during the walk adds another layer of intrigue, as animals are often thought to be sensitive to paranormal activity. The fact that Poppy did not react to the presence leaves Nick pondering whether the figure was even physically present. The video invites speculations on the nature of the figure while offering a chilling glimpse into the possibility of lingering spirits in unexpected places. This video was uploaded on the Work Less Enjoy Life More YouTube channel on the 17th of October 2024. The channel is known for its tranquil, yet subtly thrilling nature explorations. The host, Larry, a seasoned outdoorsman, shares moments of peaceful camping in secluded spots across the United States. The journey of this story begins with Larry's early morning drive on rugged mountain backroads, finding himself surrounded by towering trees and burnt remnants of an old forest fire. The air is crisp, the sky vast, and a remote beauty fills the scene as Larry finds a perfect camping spot nearly 7,000 feet above sea level. Cell service is minimal, leaving him almost completely disconnected from civilization, a thrilling prospect for an adventurer, but one that also raises the stakes as he ventures deeper into the wilderness. His dogs, Mason and Marty, add a sense of warmth and companionship to the otherwise silent setting. After setting up camp before sundown, Larry talks about the challenges of preparing for a night in the forest. He sets up a fire with hickory wood chunks, noting how quickly the temperature drops in the high desert as the sun slips below the horizon. Despite the peace of the surrounding nature, a slight tension builds as night falls. Larry's comments reveal his subtle wariness of the wood's unpredictable nature. He's aware of how sounds can amplify in the stillness and how solitude sharpens one's senses. The fire crackles, casting flickering shadows as he prepares his meal on a portable stove, making a cowboy ribeye and talking about his recent dietary shifts towards a keto-inspired menu. As he cooks, night fully descends, and a distinct eeriness fills the air. The shadows stretch further, blending into the forest's darkened contours, leaving Larry and his dogs as the only sources of movement and sound. Suddenly, a strange sound disrupts the calm, something snapping in the distance. Although he tries to dismiss it as a fallen branch, his nerves visibly sharpen. His voice softens, and his eyes flicker toward the shadows surrounding the camp. He shares that on past trips, Unexplained sounds in the forest have spiked his anxiety, making the silence feel almost oppressive. The flickering firelight enhances the spooky atmosphere as he settles in to enjoy his meal. But with each crunch of leaves or distant snap of a twig, the sense of isolation grows more profound. Larry mentions the unsettling sensation of being watched and his wish to see an animal, just to confirm he isn't alone in an ominous way. This subtle fear taps into a universal unease that comes with being exposed to the vast, uncontrollable wilderness at night. After dinner, Larry attempts to unwind by the fire, but he finds himself constantly scanning the tree line. The crackling of the fire becomes his only company against the night's looming silence. His dogs remain close, their alert stances hinting that they too feel something peculiar in the air. Larry describes his hope that if there is something out there, whether animal or unknown, he'd at least catch a glimpse of it to put his mind at ease. Morning eventually arrives, bringing a sense of relief and familiarity back to the camp. Larry and his dogs wake up, somewhat refreshed from their night in the wild. He brews his morning coffee, appreciating the peace that the daylight brings as he watches his dogs explore the campsite. In the daylight, Larry recounts the previous night's eerie moments with a sense of humor. But what causes those sounds during the night remains a mystery.
This video has been featured on quite a few other channels before, and if you've already seen it, we completely understand if you feel like skipping this. But whether it's your first time or your 10th, this one sticks with you, and since we've never covered it here before, we thought it was time. Because no matter how familiar the clip might be, what happens in it is genuinely terrifying. Lisa, the woman behind the channel Asleep 5 Decades, lives full-time in her van and shares her experiences traveling and camping solo. Her videos often reflect a peaceful, self-sufficient lifestyle on the road, quiet mornings, nature walks, and the simple joy of off-grid living. But this particular night was different. It was the kind of night anyone who sleeps in their vehicle dreads. Around 4 a.m., Lisa was abruptly awakened by knocking, right next to her ear. It wasn't a distant sound or a rustle outside the van. It was deliberate, close, and unmistakably human.
Somebody's back there. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
Disoriented and frightened, she sat frozen, unsure of what to do. Then it happened again. A second knock, this time louder. She managed to call out, asking who was there, but there was no answer. For nearly 15 minutes, she sat in silence, hoping that whoever had knocked would walk away. And, for a while, it seemed like they did. But then the footsteps returned.
It's now 4:57. But at 4:37, so like 20 minutes ago, I was in a dead sleep. And I was woken from a knock, like right where my head is, ironically. So I was like frozen. I looked at the time and it was very strange to me. Like, who would be knocking on the van at 4:30 in the morning? So by the second knock, I believe it was second, could be the third knock, and they would knock 3 times every time. I just mustered, hello? And no answer. The person was on a bike, like a pedal bike, like a 10-speed bike, a mountain bike or something, and they were up the drive. And so I just came and lied back down and trying to register what the hell just happened, who was that, what did they want, what were their intentions, and all I could think about is they were probably planning on robbing.
This time, Lisa was ready. She grabbed her phone and started recording. The sound of someone walking around the outside of her van was clear. She called out again, asking what they wanted, making it clear she didn't feel safe. Still, there was no response. As she moved toward the front of her van to peek outside, she noticed a vehicle in the distance, slowly backing away with its headlights on. just sitting there, as if watching. Shaken, she turned the camera to herself and began explaining what had just happened. But before she could finish her thoughts, she heard the footsteps again. For a third time, someone was circling her van. This time, she caught a glimpse of the person. They were on foot, ducking behind a tree, moving toward the same car that had backed away earlier. They stayed low, watching, and then got into the car, which again slowly retreated down the road. Whoever it was, they weren't just a random passerby. They had come back multiple times, checking the van, possibly trying to get a closer look. And now, they knew she was a woman alone inside.
So I just kind of like went back to sleep, or lied back down, went back to bed, I should say. And about 15 minutes later, I hear it again, like a knock on the side of my van again. How can I help you? And they say, I got a question for you. And I said, it's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. And so I quietly got up and I went to the front and I peeked out and parked way up on the drive. All I could see is like headlights, and then they backed out and went and left. So I'm not feeling so safe, you know? I just don't even know what to make of it. Like, what were they thinking? I do sleep with this beside my bed. And I never thought that I would have to pull it out or grab it. And I did. I hear footprints. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now.
Lisa reached for the weapon she kept by her bed. In the video, she doesn't show it, but you can hear the seriousness in her voice when she admits she never thought she'd need to use it until that night. The thought that someone may have returned not to steal, but for something far worse, becomes a chilling possibility.
I seen them walking and they hid behind the tree there. And then they went to a car, the same car that was here earlier. Well, that was back, and then it backed away and left again 3 times in one night. This time, they didn't knock, though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van. But I'm not feeling so safe. Like, I'm just feeling like...
As morning finally arrived and Lisa stepped outside, the evidence was still there. Clear footprints surrounded her van, some right near the doors, others in places she knew she never walked. Even more unsettling, 2 of her water bottles had been spilled, as if the person had searched around or tried to create a distraction. The prints were fresh, they weren't hers, and they weren't just passing by. They had circled, waited, watched. Many viewers believe the initial plan might have been a simple attempted theft, someone checking for valuables. But once the person heard Lisa's voice and realized she was a woman alone, they came back. Whether out of curiosity or with darker intentions, no one can say for sure. But the pattern of their behavior, returning multiple times, walking the perimeter, hiding behind trees, tells a story that feels a lot more disturbing than a petty theft. In the end, Lisa was safe. She stayed inside, alert and calm, and the person eventually left. But the moment lingered. Even in the van life community, where independence and self-reliance are celebrated, this was a reminder that sometimes it's not the wild you need to worry about, but the people who find you in it. For anyone who camps alone, this video is a worst-case scenario, and a reason to always trust your instincts.
As you can see, look at the footprints, though. Look at that. That's massive. See that? Like, this worries me. Like, oh my God. Yeah, this has me really concerned. nothing's here because it's all melted already. But yeah, so, oh, here we go. Here's a couple right here, there and there. Here's, there's my print again. Okay, there. I think they obviously knew that I was in there because of where they knocked. Like, they didn't knock on the, on the passenger door, the driver's door. They knocked like by the rear well. So they know, or he knew, that I was living in there. So I feel like I'm being watched, and I just got to be a little bit more careful. But anyways, on that note, guys, I'm going to leave you with some peace, love, and light from my heart to yours.
With this final encounter, I'll take your leave. You know what to do, but if you don't, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video.